You can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. If you keep looking in the rearview mirror, you're going to keep crashing your car. There's a reason why the rearview mirror is this big and the windshield is this big. The windshield is your future. It's where you're going. It's where you're headed. If you got someone who you feel has wronged you and you carrying that, that's like a cancer. And all it's doing is eating away at you. You know how many people I just let go so I could just go where God had for me? Look, man, if you got something that's been bothering you in your life, get past it. If God wakes you up, it's a sign from God that he ain't through with you yet. When he's done with you, you won't wake up no more. But as long as he got something for you, he keeps waking you up. Why don't you wake up to go see what that is? Whatever it was that's been on you, he done really brought you through it. Don't lay there wallowing in your past, man. Your past is back there.
We may not realize it, but we're always feeding ourselves. What we watch, listen to, the people we're around, that's feeding our inner man. Here's the key. Whatever you feed is going to grow. Maybe you've had bad breaks in life. You could easily be discouraged. Don't feed the self-pity. Quit reliving the hurts. You can't feed your history and feed your destiny at the same time. How you were raised, who hurt you, who you lost, that's history. You cannot go into a new season if you're always looking back at the old. Quit putting energy into negative things of the past. The way to get past it is you have to starve it. Quit thinking about what you didn't get, how you can prove to them that they shouldn't have left you. If you will put that same energy into your destiny, expecting God's favor, then God will give you beauty for those ashes. You don't have to pay anybody back. God will be your vindicator. The scripture says offenses will come. Betrayals will come. Things we don't understand. It's painful enough when they happen. But if you make the mistake of feeding the hurt, then it's going to continue to be painful. You cannot get well if you're always reopening the wounds. That's making it worse. It's tempting to hold on. Sometimes you wake up, it's on the forefront of your mind. You have to ask yourself, am I going to keep putting energy into something that's taking me the wrong direction? And yes, there's a season of mourning. You don't have to be superhuman, but you can't let a season of mourning turn into a lifetime of mourning. At some point, you have to say, yes, I'm hurt, but this is a new day. I'm not feeding my history anymore. I'm not dwelling on my disappointments. I'm not reliving my hurts. I'm putting my energy into my destiny. Put a smile on your face. God still has something more rewarding than you've ever imagined. I talked to a lady that had been married for over 20 years. Her husband, without any warning, he moved out and ended the marriage. And this lady was so heartbroken. 2 years later, she was still so upset. I told her what I'm telling you. You can't keep feeding your history. Don't feed the hurt. It's taking you in the wrong direction. If somebody left you, their part in your story is over. If they walked away, you don't need them to fulfill your purpose. But if you live thinking that you can't be happy, then you're going to miss the new things God has in store. Sometimes God puts an end to things that we don't understand. Don't keep mourning over something that you cannot change. I saw this lady several years after we had talked. She had this handsome man by her side. She told how they had recently gotten married. She went on and on telling me what an amazing man this was. When you quit putting energy into your history and you start putting it into your destiny, God will pay you back for the unfair situation. And that person that left you, they're a weed. Quit watering the weed. This is a new season. God has divine connections lined up for you. Instead of feeding the hurt, feed your faith. Don't sit around thinking, oh man, I missed my big opportunity. God knows what He's doing. Sometimes He will close doors that we think should be open. The relationship didn't work out. God put a period. That's history. Now keep moving forward. Keep feeding your faith. At the right time, God will open a better door for you.
Letting go of energy that's clouding your vision and holding you back. It's a life practice that I learned long ago that has freed me, so many ways. It's a fact that holding grudges against somebody who's done you wrong, or revisiting hurtful situations in your head over and over, only weighs you down and prevents you from being who you're meant to be right now. Because you're still energetically holding on to the past. The energy that you put into constantly rewinding to the resentment. Why did they do that? Why did they say that to me? I didn't deserve to be treated that way. All of that only keeps you stuck. It will never change what happened. You've got to press stop and reject the urge to keep replaying, so that you can then fast forward into the now for yourself. You know, a lot of people think that holding on to that disempowered them is going to somehow magically turn it around. As I said in my message a couple of weeks ago about forgiveness, you have to release the notion, give up the hope that the past could have been any different. And you also must release the idea that people would do what you might do in any given instance. This is a big one. I had to learn and relearn before I actually got it. Expecting people to do what you would do in a situation only leads to your disappointment, not theirs. They're going on with their life. So let people be who they are, and either you accept it or you don't. Not doing that keeps you stuck in a circumstance that actually costs you time, costs you energy. And I can guarantee that oftentimes the person on the other side of the bitterness you're holding on to, they're not even thinking about you. In fact, they probably have just moved on. They certainly aren't obsessing the way you are. Think of it like letting go of any bad habit that just doesn't serve your well-being. Not an easy task. Taking the road to a more enlightened, healthy existence never is. So this is what I want to ask you to ask yourself. Why am I holding on to this? How is this serving me? And really think about the answer. Maybe it makes you feel validated. Maybe it makes you feel righteous. Or maybe taking on the pain is your way of recognizing the injustice, so that even though it won't can at least not be forgotten. Then I ask you, again, ask yourself, do you want to be right or do you want peace? Woo! This was huge for me. The unfortunate fact is that having both may not be possible. And also, you may never get your moment of righteousness, so why wait for it? Choose peace. What I know for sure is that in this world, time is a moving on, and it's our most valuable commodity. You can never get it back. So staying in that loop, playing it over and over in your head of hurt, only amplifies your pain. Let it go. Exhale, make room in your heart for something that is uplifting. Surround yourself with people who want the best for you. You have the ability to shift the DNA of your spirit and control how you perceive life. So why not lighten your load and let it go?